back to my channel. It's your boy D Dyson, Masters of the Air, episode 6 review. Just finished it and I loved it. Now that this is like a full episode where we're not in the sky. The 100th has been blown away, the whole squadron except one, and where they send, it's Rosie, but it's Rosenberg, I believe. In the last episode, he trailed behind as he was like the lone bomber, B-17, but he makes it through. So now he's in a position where he has to go up to Oxford, him and his crew, to kind of take a couple days to kind of get over what just happened. And along with that, it is a narrator. I'm like, I don't know why I can't, I just watched this whole thing and I can't think of his name. Crosby. But we see that they're very different styles, but with this, we kind of start off with seeing Bucky as he's a prisoner of war. He's, washing the letters, trying to be in the farm and trying to get away. So now the farmers, their sons, kind of yelling like Americana. He gets picked up and he's getting interrogated. He gets picked off, and it's crazy that how he gets picked off, and then as he's traveling through Germany, like this bomb town in Germany, he gets beat. Like he's going through this crowd of people. They just got bombed that night and they're beating on him. So, with the Germans are so upset, so pissed off what had just happened. They kill one of the POWs and they beat him basically to death. So they're thinking all three of these guys are dead. So they're taking him out in the woods, and as he's kind of like waking up, he's like, man, what's going on? The other ones get smacked in the face with a shovel, kills them because they're supposed to just go bury them somewhere in the woods. And as he gets away, you're thinking that he's getting away, but you're still telling yourself, we're in Germany. He's not going far. But he gets picked up to a camp where they try to interrogate him. They knew everything about him, but he wasn't giving them anything. And I was telling myself that the cunning interrogator, knew English very well, knew American, that's his job. So it was kind of like, you see the cunning. It reminds me of Inglourious Basterds with Christopher Waltz, how he was very cunning, very humble, but can be very detrimental at say the least. So instead of, he's like, yeah, you know what, you're about to just go to meet my colleagues. They're way more worse than me type of thing. And as we're getting through there, we're trying to see if, and I love the ending. As far as the ending kind of teared me up. Another thing that teared me up in this episode was as Crosby and the rest of Rosie and all them, they take a trip to Oxford for a conference to kind of let scholars know about what's going on with the war. So they're kind of taking a couple of days to kind of feel and just kind of like let it out basically. And Crosby's roommate is a woman, finding out that she was a woman. I think she's like British intelligence type of thing. And, they go out for a night on the town. You can kind of tell he was falling for her in the beginning, but, as they were drinking and stuff like that. But it kind of ended on a dead note where she got an important email letter and she had to dip out. So it said email, but it's the 40s. But an important letter. She had the emergency letter. She had to leave out. So I was telling myself, I'm like, yeah, you probably could have, cause I felt like she wanted you. But when they were drinking in front of the fire, he brought up Bubbles, and that kind of killed the mood. But she was really trying to be like, hey, it's one night only type of thing. You could tell that you're, although you're a married guy, this is what happens type of stuff. So you could tell, but I think her role was trying to just let him ease down from what's been going on. But we didn't really catch up anything with there. But with Rosie was kind of like looking at some of his the fellow Americans in there. One is crying, the other one are playing, the other ones are drinking, the other ones is, he's kind of like, why am I here? I don't need to be here. I need to be back in, and he finally lets it out when he talks to the doctor that late night, where he's kind of like, this is the job. I'm not done till I finish the job, and it's kind of like, dude, you need this because, you're not, now you're the role that you're a pilot. You're responsible for everyone else in your crew. Maybe you don't feel that way, but everyone in your crew may feel differently. So I was like, that really hit home. And then at the tail end of his stay at Oxford, he sees his crew member and he kind of realizes like, yeah, you're right. My crew does need this. And he tells that story when he was up in the air as the lone bomber, and he started humming over as we saw in episode 5. And then you kind of got the emotional side from his crew made of saying, man, he's singing this, he's humming it sounds bad, but, the fact that it basically soothed him. Like, he was like, I'm not alone. I'm scared. Every time I go up here, I'm scared. This time, he starts humming something about that kind of, it didn't make him, so anxious and so nervous and so scared. So I was like, man, and you could tell it really bothered him. And then even when Rosie was like grabbing him, like, you're not the only one, so kind of getting back to the 100th bomb squad. It's like a whole new bomb squad. Rosie is like the lead pilot. Like nobody flies like him, because like I said, Egan, Buck, and Bucky, they're all POWs. They're all shot down. They're all gone. So, Rosie has to be that leader of the new 100th bomb squad. So you kind of catch up with that. And then you go back over to Bucky as you see, and it was hurtful to see the Jews in those concentration trains, kind of reminds me of Schindler's List. And I was kind of like, and you're seeing it and they're kind of just like, man, it gave you another purpose of war. Like, this is why we're here fighting for that. And I was kind of like, I felt, you're hearing mothers screaming and it's kind of like, they're all like looking like, that's crazy to see for your own eyes. This is what's happening. The dude's going to concentration camps. Like that's really, really horrible. And as he's getting to the, the camp of where all the POWs are, finally somebody recognizes Bucky, like, Bucky! And it was just like, he looking, it was like, oh man. And then he was like, did you see Buck? And he was like, John Egan, 2:00. You hear Austin Butler's voice and he looks over and you just seen the sense of relief from Bucky. I was like, oh my gosh, like, still gets me emotional behind it because I just finished watching it and I was just like, the emotional toll of him seeing his friend, because how he's seen that he went down, it really affected him. So to see him alive, you seen that he was like, this is my purpose, that I am with my best friend and we're both here. We're getting the hell out of here. That was that. And from, like I said, from my research, and people were saying Buck Clevens makes it all the way. Like, he makes it. So I don't know if Bucky, probably was like, I'm here to save you type of stuff. So we're going to get more of that. We're going to get more of that. And I can't wait for next episode, as they're going to try to break out that camp. So I'm here for it. I love this episode. It really has me emotional because you've seen the understow of the PTSD from the pilots. What is everyone doing as far as how the war is affecting them? And then you're finally seeing a prisoner of war of everyone ain't so lucky like the first two pilots that when they landed, they had people help them get back to London, versus you're landing in Germany, you're a prisoner of war. This is what it looks like. So I'm here for it. I can't wait for the next episode. So, you guys enjoyed my review of Masters of the Air episode 6. Subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy, D Dyson. Peace.